Hi, Red Devil fans. It's time for another edition of Clinton Football with Coach Andrew Webb. This week, the Red Devils go on the road to take on the Newberry Bulldogs. Both teams come in 1-1 in Region play. 4 teams are tied at 1-1 in Region 3. Broom's out in front 2-0. Mid-Carolina at 0-2. So, Coach, as I bring you in now, this is a key region game, and I guess all of them are from this point on.
Yeah, this is a big week for us. Last week was a big week for us. We couldn't afford to go 0-2 in the conference, and our guys responded. But, our conference, we've said this before, and we're not just saying this because, we coach in this conference or I coach in this conference. This is a tough football conference. There is no gimmies. There is no bye week. I mean, it's every week. You better strap your stuff up and come ready to play. We've got some good football teams. They're well coached, and, it's week after week, man. But this is kind of what you expect, when you looked at these 6 teams at the beginning of the year, we had this feeling that this is going to be a knockdown, drag out, week in, week out. When you see 4 teams sitting at 1-1, that's exactly what you're getting. So this is a big week for us. We're going to play Newberry, a very good football team, and it's a big week for everybody in our conference. A big week for us. And, we're trying to find a way to get a win on the road.
Let's go back to last week. Briefly, we defeated Mid-Carolina 45-7. Homecoming, Miss Gracie Waldron, Miss CHS. Congratulations, Gracie. And I made a comment, and you and I talked on Saturday Morning Rewind. Everything went right last week. It just was for the entire school, for the community. But that was last week. But talk about last week's game, if you will, Coach.
Yeah, it was good. We had to move that game up to Thursday. I thought our guys did a real good job of handling it mentally, being prepared, ready to go. There was a lot of people around this school that had to do a lot of work to move everything from Friday homecoming to Thursday homecoming with the parade, the floats. I mean, there was a whole bunch of people that had to go to work and work really hard to make that a successful night, not just, us playing football, but the whole homecoming experience. That was a lot of people working. And, they should be commended for everything they did to make that a successful night. But our guys, I was real proud of the way they competed. I was proud of the way they prepared themselves. I thought the play right before halftime, touchdown pass to Jalen put us up 21-7, and ours running the kickoff back. I thought that really just kind of did them in, so to speak. And our team needed that. We really needed to get on them and put them away in the third quarter, and we did. So real proud of the guys. Real proud that everybody got to play. Real proud that everybody got to play on homecoming, man. That's a special night. You look out there, you see Nick Carroll catching touchdowns, Shy Spearman carrying the ball. That's what this game's all about. And, I was real proud of our guys.
Key standings is what we talked about the game this week's key for the standings. But it is our last road game of the regular season. Red Devils will come home. Broome and Woodruff will be here to close out the year. But I'm not going to say it's a must-win game, but I guess every one of them from this point on is key, because the thing about it is with the standings and the fact that Broome is the team 2-0, we actually control our fate for as the region championship. So all goals for Red Devil football are still on the table.
Yeah, it's still out there. They're still, we're probably going to be sitting here next week, and it's going to be a very similar speak. I hope it's one where we're talking about a conference championship. But, in this conference, man, these last 3 weeks, there's going to be some barn burners. There's going to be some close football games coming down to the wire. But for our football team, for our program, this is a week that we need to, separate ourselves from, hey, we're not just a team fighting for a playoff spot. We're contending for a conference championship. And, our guys know that. They know the importance of this game for them, for this team. And they also know it for our program. One of the biggest goals that they set at the beginning of the year was to get Clinton football back to competing for championships and get Clinton football. When everybody thinks Clinton football, they want this group to be the one that kind of gets it back to where it's supposed to be. So, that's the expectation that those guys have set on themselves, and they know what this Friday means. They know the importance of it. And, going to Newberry and winning ain't going to be easy. These guys are well coached. Coach Strickland's as good as any coaches there is in the state of South Carolina. You can't find a better coach, better man. We have the utmost respect for them and his staff. Those guys, they've been there for a really long time. And, Coach Harvey, Coach Boozer, some of those guys, they were coaching when I was playing. And, we have the utmost respect for them. But it's going to be a big, big game. It's kind Clinton Newberry, this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I was going to say that everything new with the reclassification, new Region 3, but this is kind of traditional here. The Red Devils and the Bulldogs, Clinton and Newberry, and it's going to be a key game. Let's look at it offensively, if you will, Coach Webb, and break down what will we have to do offensively to win this game.
We got to take care of the football. We can't turn it over. We've been at our best the past 3 weeks because we've been able to run the football, and that's going to be important for us. That's no surprise. Coach Strickland will probably tell you the same thing. If Clinton can run the football, they're going to be way better on offense. So running the football for us is going to be important. Taking care of the football is also going to be really important. And finishing drives when we get opportunities to finish drives, put points on the board. Those things are all going to be critical to our success.
Defensively, the Red Devils have really played well on the defense side of the ball all year long, and this week it's going to have to continue to be the case because this is a Newberry team that's going to like to run at you and be physical at the line of scrimmage. And the Red Devils got to, in a lot of ways, Coach, continue to what we've been doing defensively all year.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get after them. They're gonna line up and run the football right at us. They can throw it, but they're way more scary, in my opinion, when you throw the ball out of two-back set off play action. That becomes a scary issue for a coach. So we've got to be able to go stop the run. This will kind of be the second time, in my opinion, in the past couple of weeks where we know before we ever go down to Newberry, this is going to be grown man football. They're going to line up, they're going to come at us and hit us, and if it's a game we're going to win, we have to play more physical than them. And the last time we really had to do that was Abbeville, and I thought our guys played physical, but there was plenty of things that we learned from that game, and that's the purpose of those first 5 games to prepare you for the last 5. So, this is going to be grown man football, and if we're going to beat Newberry, we have to play more physical than those guys.
And we're calling for all our Red Devils to make the trip down either I-26 or 76, however you need to get there, but you need to be at Newberry this Friday night when the Red Devils travel in there to take on the Bulldogs. It's going to be as a key region game, but we've been behind the Red Devils all year long. Let's continue to get behind our Big Red. For Coach Webb, your final thoughts?
Yeah, this is a big week for us. Our crowd has been really good, but I also want you guys to know this is what we've been shooting for as a program, to go play big games in October and to play in big games in October 20 minutes down the road, on a beautiful Friday night. It's going to be wonderful football weather, load up and come on 20 minutes down the road and, come check us out. But this is a big week. We need you. And, we need all hands on deck.
All hands on deck.
Give ourselves the best chance we can to come back home in these final 2 games in Water Stadium and compete for a championship.
It's been another edition of Clinton Football with Coach Andrew Webb. For the coach, I'm Buddy Bridges. Melanie Watson at the control. See you in Newberry Friday night.